San Francisco 49ers fans, old and new, welcome and welcome back to C-Train Station. Hey, let's talk about some Niners news and notes, shall we? Because it has been, it's been a particularly busy week, I would say, for the San Francisco 49ers for having not done a whole lot, right? But there's a lot of chatter. But first of all, let's get to the big news. The 49ers traded Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders for a fifth-round draft pick. Here are my thoughts. Amazing trade by the San Francisco 49ers. I hope that this trade is sort of the beginning of like a culture shift. The culture shift, I believe, should go like this. Show me. First, look, the Niners have paid their stars. Williams, Bosa, McCaffrey, Ayuk, Warner, right? The San Francisco 49ers have paid their stars, and they've paid their stars handsomely. The Niners have no Super Bowls to show for that. So for all these amazing contracts, all of the Niners have so many of the highest paid players, like at their respective positions in the league. They have a lot of them. Let's admit that, right? They have a lot of higher up paid position players in the league. Kittle, McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Nick Bosa. Look, I'm not saying that that's bad money spent, but all I'm saying is I think that the Niners, they really want a Super Bowl, and the fact that they didn't get one by spending a premium every year after year after year, maybe they should take a different approach. Maybe that might create more hunger and competitiveness within the ranks of the Niners, even within their coaching staff, I would contend. But so with this Deebo trade, I absolutely love the trade. I think that Deebo's going to have a fantastic year next season. I mean, he's with Jaden Daniels now, right? I think that he's going to have a fantastic year. I think he's going to have a fantastic rest of the career. His time with the 49ers was over, though. Oh my gosh, trying to punch Jake Moody and accidentally punching Tabor Pepper. The absolutely insanely bad and ridiculous drop against the Rams. It's like the rumors about being 20 to 30 plus pounds overweight. Look, the Niners had a great run with Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel had a great run with the San Francisco 49ers. That run is over, and I'm here for it. I'm here for fresh faces and a renewed hunger for the franchise, a renewed commitment to winning a Super Bowl, winning every game and competing hard. Next, Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle, will be released. Hallelujah. Javon Hargrave was never right with the 49ers. Did he have knee issues for the whole time, Niners fans? Did his knee ever get right? Was he ever right? Was he ever physically right before even signing the contract with the Niners? Javon Hargrave was one of the worst signings in, I believe, the NFL the last few seasons. And he was the talisman and symbol for an underperforming defensive line, specifically for that defensive tackle for those trenches. The Niners were outclassed in almost every way last season in the trenches. So, not to say good riddance, but good riddance to Javon Hargrave. Good luck to you in the future. This is interesting. Joey Bosa has been cut from the Chargers. Yes, the Chargers have cut Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa's older brother. Here's some thoughts about it. This could be found money for the Niners. I am actually all here for a Bosa reunion, or for a Bosa connection, Nick and Joey on the Niners. Here's the thing. If Joey Bosa, the Niners they can contend this season. I believe that they will contend this season. The Niners still have an upper echelon, ridiculously talented roster. If Joey Bosa wants to be a Niner, and the Niners want Joey, I believe that Nick should consider reworking his contract so his brother gets something decent from the squad. Again, I don't see Joey Bosa on the Niners without Nick Bosa essentially giving Joey some of his money to play. I think that the Niners are done just signing those big name free agents. I think that they're done with it. And with such good reason. They haven't won. It is 2025. It has been 30 years since the Niners won a Super Bowl. Niners fans, do you get that? I mean, I'm not trying to play dumb. Do you get that? Like, there are only like 30 teams in the league, and the Niners haven't won for like 30 seasons. So it's like just based off of luck and chance or odds or whatever, they kind of should have won one already. They need a change. They need a change. So one more time, I think that Nick Bosa should consider reworking his contract so that Joey can be on the squad. And I love a rotation of Nick Bosa, Leonard Floyd, and Joey Bosa. In addition to some draft prospects, I think that they may even draft an edge rusher at that 11 pick. It's at least possible, or with a second or third rounder. Anyways, I don't think Joey comes to the Niners without some money being diverted from Nick to Joey. The Niners are not spending like in years past. That is just like that's what they're saying. That's what sort of the company line is right now, is that they're not going to just shell out money like in years past. Good. Every other year I would have said bad. But here's the thing. The Niners, every freaking season, spend handsomely. If it were based off of spending money, the San Francisco 49ers should have won the Super Bowl at least a few times over the last 30 years, okay? I think that a lot of these Niners got comfortable, and also I think that there's a real play in these holdouts. I think that the depreciation of play by players, Niners, who have re-signed handsomely in the offseason is like, you can calculate it. Deebo had an off year when he signed. Bosa had an off year when he signed. Williams had an off year after he signed. Ayuk had an off year after he signed. Stop it. Create more hunger by making money and contracts a premium. So then hopefully these players will, they gotta put on more for the Niners. Just quite frankly, that's just what it is. It's like, if these players are getting paid so handsomely, why were the Niners getting shoved all over the field last season, man? They were getting pushed around. Didn't like it. Hopefully the lack of spending creates a little bit of hunger and some animosity, honestly. Trey Hendrickson is on the block. Yeah. Bengals defensive end. I believe he has 17 and a half sacks. He's on the block. Sure, I would love Hendrickson or Garrett, and I don't think that the Niners are going to get either of them, and I don't blame them. Like, every year, the Niners are sort of in on somebody and they don't really get them. But like Myles Garrett, this could be the year that they're in on him and don't get him, right? Trey Hendrickson is another one. Yes, I would love for the Niners. They need to get better on their defensive line and in the trenches, right? Offensive, defensive line. Would love for them to get a better pass rusher. That's like what's needed. But I don't think it's going to be Trey Hendrickson. That's just not the direction the Niners are going. I know that's great. Like, what are you talking about? I think that the Niners are like maybe even going to trade one or two more players, like a Jordan Mason, get more draft capital, and just go ham in the draft. I think that the Niners want to go younger, want to go hungrier, and I am all there for it. So Trey Hendrickson, you could almost be like a Justin Smith type of acquisition for the Niners. And also, I don't think that they're going to do it, and I don't mind the Niners, and I don't blame them for not doing it. Again, the Niners have invested so much money and gotten no Super Bowls. Wow. That's remarkable, honestly. My priorities for this offseason, and I have to state them again, the Niners must get help in the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line, on both sides of the ball. Their defense needs to get mean, fast, strong, and ready. They need to get a pass catcher on offense, but that doesn't necessarily mean, one more time, the Niners need to get a pass catcher on offense. I don't think that necessitates them getting a wide receiver. Watch this. I think that Colston Loveland, tight end, could be the perfect answer to a Niners receiving issues. But he's a tight end, teacher. Got it. So tight ends aren't allowed to catch passes? Got it. Okay, done. Then we're done there. The Niners should run more 2 tight end sets with 2 dynamic tight ends. Splitting them, you could only double team one of them. It's going to have to be Kittle. That other one is going to have full and free range over any and everything that they set their eyes on. Okay, so watch this. The Niners need to get more pass catchers. That could be Cam Scatterbo of Arizona State. What? He's a running back? He's a pass catcher too, isn't he? But he's a pass catcher. He's a running back. He's a pass catcher as well. Can Cam Scatterbo catch passes? Yes, the answer is yes. So I understand. So the rumors out there are that the Niners are dangling Brandon Ayuk. Absolutely. Get good riddance, hopefully, to Brandon Ayuk. I'm here to trade Brandon Ayuk. He was a diva in the offseason. He was a diva in the season. He's a diva on Instagram. He's a diva off Instagram. Get Brandon Ayuk off of this squad. You can get pass catchers. It doesn't have to be a wide receiver. You don't have to just crazily spend. It's over. So the rumors were that the Niners were actually sort of intrigued by Tariq Owens, who's on the practice squad, and think that he might be able to fill in a role. I understand that. I get that. Kyle Shanahan and Clint Kubiak should be able to scheme their wide receivers open. Therefore, the Niners should be able to get by with a little bit less talented wide receivers. Now, because we are looking at wide receivers, because they're going to anyways, I'll give you one. Savion Williams out of TCU. He's going to be in the draft, 6'4" and the 200 pounds, has great yak ability and a big target, should be there past the first round. Scatterbo or Colston Loveland if you're smart and you're the Niners. Savion Williams if you're going traditional and you're the Niners. One more time, I think I said this. I am all here for the Brandon Ayuk trade rumors. I hope that the Niners trade Brandon Ayuk because I believe he is the juice more than the squeeze or whatever. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Is that the right? I think that is. That makes sense. The juice isn't worth the squeeze with Ayuk. I just however many years and $100+ million. I'm okay on that. He's making $27-30 million a year. I cannot condone that. I mean, this is not something that I can get with. So hopefully the Niners are able to trade Ayuk. If not, he'll probably, if they trade him, if they trade him to the Patriots, it's he may be ready for the beginning of the season. If not, I think that he'll just wait out and just sort of milk the injury, because I just think that he will. We'll see. Maybe he'll have an Adrian Peterson super comeback. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a long, long run up for Brandon Ayuk, and I would love for him to prove me wrong. But honestly, I'd love for him to prove me wrong on a different squad, because it's just the Niners are looking for hunger. I get that Ayuk, he blocks all right and he can get open. Juwan Jennings blocks better and other players can get open. And honestly, the Shanahan-Kubiak scheme is supposed to scheme players open. Thus they won't need these high-paid, high-priced wide receivers. Is there one player, if there's one player in the offseason, so now this is a comment time, right? First of all, have you subscribed? I hope that you've subscribed. This is my dream. My dream and my goal is to bring awesome and dynamic content to you. Please subscribe. Hey, even if you don't do the notification thing, you'll at least get notified, it'll at least pop up somewhere, right? Who do you want to see in a Niners uniform next season? It can be anyone. It could be Tom Brady. Hopefully they're alive and it's feasible though, okay? So of course, thanks for bearing with me. Thank you so much for another amazing episode, having some fun talking San Francisco 49ers. And of course, have a great afternoon, have a great evening, have a great morning, whatever time it is. And for your San Francisco 49ers content, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you next time at C-Train Station.